Have you ever wanted to be an actor in a big film, but you don't like putting in the effort and time and money and so on? Well, good for you, because thanks to the new technology, it is now possible. I have been using this Hailuo AI tool for over 20,000 times, and they have a new feature called subject reference. It's basically a deepfake tool available to everyone. How it works is you upload a reference picture of your face, and then whenever you use the text to video, it will replace faces that would appear in your video using your face. And of course, if you have the permission of other people, you can also use their faces as the reference. Lately, I have had a few use cases using this tool. We remade a music video for Ilari Hylkilä. I made a music video of like 7 years ago using actual cameras, but now we made an AI version of that music video. So we used Ilari's face as a reference, and then we tried to create the same story using AI. Of course, it wasn't as easy as it may sound at first. There were some challenges. This reference tool, even though it's great at recreating faces, it's actually not that good at recreating the same hairstyle over and over again. Sometimes the hair can be different, sometimes the facial hair can be different, and also the outfit of the character can be different in different prompts. It means that you have to prompt quite many times. It's a good idea to have a quite simple costume design for those characters that you want to appear many times. Luckily for us, the music video didn't have a very special costume for the main character, so it was easy to recreate. But even if you watch the final result, you can pick some differences in the costume in different clips. One part that was more challenging was the woman character that appears in the live clips, but also it appears in the photograph. There is a paper photograph that a man holds, and in the photograph it's supposed to be the same woman as in the live environment. I wanted to start with the man holding the photograph because I want the photograph to look good. But however, using the photograph as a reference picture was not as functional as I was hoping it to be, because the quality of the woman's face in the reference was so low that every time I used the subject reference feature, the woman's face ended up being kind of cartoonish, and you could easily say that it's a poor deep fake. However, I just kept prompting many times, and I finally got two women that looked quite similar to each other. And to be honest, there's only one clip where the photograph was shown, so I think people can kind of understand that, okay, we are talking about the same character, especially considering the outfit of the character looked almost the same. Some other changes that we had to make to the story was to do with these small paper notes. So in the story, the man is collecting paper notes that each of them have handwritten text on them. However, AI is pretty bad at recreating props. If I wanted to have these paper notes appear many times, the handwriting would be different every time on these paper notes. We changed the story in a way that instead of the paper notes, the character is actually writing those texts on a blackboard. And of course on blackboard, it would make sense that the character might sometimes wipe and clean the handwriting and then rewrite it, meaning it would be at least somewhat realistic that the handwriting is different in every clip. There were some other challenges that were not so much to do with the subject reference, but generally, for example, the bottle floating scene, AI just could not recreate realistic bottle floating on a lake. So instead of that scene, we changed so that Ilari was actually swimming in the water and just finding the paper note from the lake. The story is placed in somewhere 20th century. When I included this 20th century in the prompt, the AI tried to make this low saturated, low contrast, old vibe look for the whole clip, even though I only wanted that to be part of the costume or the architecture. But I mean, that was pretty easy to fix by just adjusting the prompt. One interesting thing that I noticed when using the subject reference was that you don't actually always want to use subject reference in every clip that you create, because there are many situations where you might be filming your character from the behind And if you use subject reference, the AI might want to actually have the character look back and do weird stuff just to show the face during the clip. So that might not be the best idea to use it in all clips. So even though there is now this new feature, you might not want to use it for every single clip that you create to get the best results. Despite these challenges, this subject reference feature is a fine addition to the Hailuo's toolkit. It has been the highest anticipated feature for Hailuo, and it's finally here. Of course, one could say that it would be very nice to have two face references in the same clip, because now if you are telling a story where you have multiple characters, those characters can never appear on the screen at the same time. Of course, you can do lots of tricks. You can have an over-the-shoulder shot, or you can have a wide shot where the faces are not recognizable, basically having body doubles like in normal filmmaking. If you want to see what Hailuo AI and this new feature are capable of, I would highly recommend you to check out Elfdale Films YouTube channel. I have been in the past few months making lots of music videos and memes and so on the channel, so there is a lot of reference for you to go through to see what this tool is capable of. If you have any questions regarding this tool, feel free to ask in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more AI stuff. Thanks for watching.